Am I the asshole for leaving the table after what my father-in-law said? Ooh, here we go, y'all. My husband, 29-year-old male, and I, 26-year-old female, were invited to my in-laws for dinner yesterday. Everything was going great until my mother-in-law brought up my husband's player phase in high school. My mother-in-law was just jokingly saying, honestly, him in high school, I'd have never thought he'd actually settle down with somebody. And my father-in-law was like, yeah, even less with someone like you.
Ooh,
I asked because,
well, okay, I'm gonna
boy,
let you finish. I'm
whoo,
gonna let you finish because
the fork and the knife would have been across that table before I even thought about it. Crystal, yep, let me finish. Yep.
okay, okay.
She did exactly what you and I are thinking right now. I asked him what he meant by that. Both my mother-in-law and husband were then like, please no, in a, oh, he's gonna fuck up kind of way. My father-in-law then said, well, you weren't exactly his type in high school, you know? My husband tried to make him stop after that, but my father-in-law added, not saying you're not pretty enough or anything, you just wouldn't have caught his eye. I got up from the table and went to the bathroom. I was not even in there for 5 minutes when my husband knocked on the door and told me that we were leaving. Once we were home, my husband received a text from his mom saying that my reaction was childish and disrespectful and that we wouldn't be invited again until I apologized. My husband replied that I would only apologize if my father-in-law apologized first. He didn't get an answer, but his sister texted me telling me I needed to apologize ASAP because I was putting my husband's relationship with his parents at risk over a misunderstanding. Am I the asshole?
No, and you know what? If he
Yeah.
hadn't said that last part, he might have gotten away with it, because it could very well mean, you're so well put together, you're so nice, you're so good.
And my
He would
son
have,
was a hoe.
right. You are too good for him. I never thought
Exactly.
he would. But the fact that you added that, sir, you called her ugly. You did.
To
her face.
in front of her salad.
Right.
You call her ugly in front of her salad.
And my thing is, the wife knew this was not okay, because she was given the look like, please stop. Please stop.
Please.
So how can you then try and defend his actions? That to me tells me you're the type of person who sits there and listens to that and just accepts it. You can't be mad at someone else for not doing that.
Exactly.
I would have gotten up and left too. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy to hear that the husband took her out of that situation, because so many times I hear these stories.
Crystal.
I was waiting for you to tell me, when he knocked at the door, that he said, you're being childish, come back out here and sit down and stop it. I was waiting for it.
We are used to men being hell on earth in these letters. They are never on the right side.
No.
That's kind of why I had to bring it, because I was like, this is remarkable.
Yeah. It's
a man actually doing the right thing. Okay.
On these Reddit stories, it's actually rare to hear this type. So I'm so happy to hear that he got her out of there. I don't necessarily agree about her even needing to apologize, because what else was she supposed to do? You're insulting her.
The way that my mouth is set up, I have a... You know what? I'm not going to put all my business out there, actually, because I was about to say something that was going to get me in trouble. But I do not, especially for family.
Yeah.
I do not hold my tongue.
No.
It is a thread with me. If my family, if y'all watching, y'all know. That's why I stay on my side of the bridge.
People need to stop defending their family as if they can never do any wrong. The fact that the sister then contacts her and be like, you know what, you need to make the effort because you're ruining the relationship between the father and the son. No, honey,
Yep.
did you talk to your brother? Because he does not feel this way. You're not doing him any favors.
Mm-hmm.
He recognizes that his father was wrong. He opened his mouth and said it, and then continued with the insult. Even after they were like, no, please don't do it. Don't say it. Don't say it. He still continued. So
It was the pure audacity of that man to look her in her face and being like, I'm not saying, you butt ass ugly, but I'm saying like, you a little hard on the eyes, bitch. Like, I ain't gonna host you. Are you kidding?
No.
How dare you? You over here across the table from me looking like Yosemite Sam in the face, telling me that your raggedy ass son,
and it's always
wouldn't have looked twice at me.
It's always someone who, maybe doesn't look the best.
Couldn't
that has
pick
that
a pig out of a lineup for a date.
I'm trying to be nice about it, because
I'm
everyone,
not.
Right. But it's always those people because they just feel the need to, I don't know. There's got to be some issue. Like he has to have some underlying maybe issue with her, and this was his time to say something. But yeah, not the asshole in the slightest. Do not. I repeat, do not bend to the pressures of this mother-in-law and this sister. This is because at the end of the day, it is his decision if this is something that's going to cause them to have friction. That's his decision because it is his relationship. If he decides that, he wants to try to salvage it without an apology, that will be his decision. Because that's his father.
Right.
And as far as, the whole invitation, it sounds like you got some free nights coming up. Date night.
Because you know what? That would have put the nail in the coffin for me, right? I would have been on the phone so fast. It would have been the fact that you insulted me to my face and then turned around and then called me childish and disrespectful for walking away when you all disrespected me to my face.
Right.
But then for you to use like the dinner as some type of weapon or punishment if I don't act accordingly, that would have made me pick up the phone.
Right.
And be like, you don't ever have to worry. Matter of fact, don't you ever in your life speak. That would have been, honestly, that would have been the end of the relationship for me.
Yeah, I would have just countered it.
It would have bled over. It would have bled over into the relationship at that point where I'm like, there's no way for this to be healthy.
Yeah, I would have been like,
blame your parents for this.
We don't plan on ever coming over to dinner until he apologizes first. Call it petty, call it whatever you want, but you insulted me. Even if you didn't mean to, which I don't see how you can't when you literally just called me ugly. But even if you didn't mean to, you did the wrong first. It's that age-old saying, you don't get to tell somebody that you didn't hurt them. She was offended. She was upset. You did that by your words and actions. You're the one who has to apologize. And you're older.
Can I take us on a tangent for a second? Because we got the time. Don't you find it crazy? Because you said a word there, Pastor Crystal. You said a word there. And I almost got up and ran around this living room here. You said a word when you say you don't get to tell people if you have offended them or not. When you have hurt their feelings. I, in this lifetime, have found that people really, really do believe that they get to decide when something they say to you is harmful. And they react in a way that's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't, like, it's not that serious.
It's not that serious. Or like, you don't know what someone has, like what kind of insecurity somebody has, or how they were feeling that day. You don't know what somebody then dealt with at the job, somebody dealt with at home, and you would hit a nerve, and you got to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why people feel it's easier to dismiss people than it is to empathize with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those roads are parallel to me.
Yeah.
The same width and the same length. It's the same distance.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't you take that other avenue and just be empathetic with the person rather than just shutting it off because you're afraid that you are wrong? Like, everybody's wrong.
Yeah.
You about to
It's
have me
just,
preaching
I
up
think
here.
you know, it's just harder for some people. There's just some people out there who don't have that empathy. And I guess because it's the same with me. I don't lack that empathy. So I can't put myself in a position where I'm indifferent to people's feelings and how I've affected someone. So I guess I can't really make them, if they don't have that empathy, I can't make them have it either. You know? So that's when I guess a compromise have to do. Well, is this something that's serious enough that you can look past it or you can't? That's just something you got to figure out yourself.
I'm really racking my brain to think of a time, here in the last decade of my life where I have really hurt somebody's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you think of a time when you hurt
Not like,
somebody's feelings?
yeah, I can think of a time and it wasn't intentional. I was, God, it was probably, I think I was working my second job. So I was a teenager. I was working as a busser. There was this girl, her name was Rachel. She was always very bubbly, always very smiley. We joked around a lot. I don't remember what the joke was, but there was a running joke we had. I would say something and she would always laugh about it. And it was something like if you said it in a different way, it could seem mean. I don't know an example that I could give right now because I really don't remember what it was. But every time she heard it, she would just laugh about it. She'd laugh it off. And then one time she finally said, you know what, when you say that, I really don't like it. It really hurts me. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Okay.
Because she's always reacted as if it was being funny. So I always just thought it was like an inside joke between us. Yeah. But even though I didn't see it as anything serious or anything, she said it hurt her feelings. She didn't like it. Yeah. Never told her the joke again. Okay, absolutely. That's your thoughts.
You know what? When you say that does, because I qualified it by saying the last decade of my life because I don't think there has been that situation. But in middle school and maybe early high school, I think I wouldn't say that way, but I have done that. Like what you said, like you making a joke when you think I'm joking with this person.
Yeah.
Especially in school and stuff, because you think you're joking with the person. It's funny. We all making fun of each other. But maybe everybody around me that heard that joke is laughing too hard at this person. Yeah. And I can definitely see how I was like, we just joking, like da-da-da-da. But where it really, or you try to do, because I can think of a very specific situation, but I won't name the situation. But where you trying to do something nice for somebody, but you end up embarrassing the person. Right. Instead of the thing actually being nice for that person. Gotcha. Because then you kind of confirm what that person's insecurity. So they feel like you're trying to fix them. Right. Like that's one thing I look back on. I was actually thinking about that, I think last week for a specific reason. And I was like, I can't say too much, but right. But it was supposed to be a nice thing that ended up being a really bad experience for everybody. Yeah. That I still think about to this day where I'm like, damn, like I can't say that was like fucked up. Right. Because we were really coming from a good place, but the situation just ended up being so bad that it was like, okay. And I've never done anything like that since then.
And it just shows you that even if the gesture could be something you think is nice, you don't get to decide if it's going to be offensive to someone else.
Even when you're trying to do good sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You really, really have to read the room and communicate with people and see where they're at.
Yeah.
To be like, is this something, even if you're trying to help somebody, is this something that you want for me to do for you?
Yeah.
Or would you rather just me leave it alone?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not even something. It's not even something like, oh, let me see it from your perspective. Because from your perspective, you can't see it from their perspective if you can't feel it. I guess that's the right. So yeah, so it's harder, but you can't argue about it either. This person is saying they're offended or they're upset or this hurt me. I'm sorry. Okay. I understand. I hear what you're saying. This won't happen again.
Like Crystal and I put the brakes on when we be trying to say Reddit rabbit hole. When you feel that hesitation to dismiss somebody when they didn't told you that something you said has either hurt their feelings, offended them, or rubbed them the wrong way, just look at it like a speed bump. Go over it slow. Think about it. Activate your empathy chip and really take your time. You don't even have to respond immediately. Just be like, my bad. Right. Think about it. Come back later and be like, you know what? I really do want to, say I really did not even see it from that lens, and I'm glad you said that to me. And I won't do that from now on. Like I really, want us to be cool. Like I thought we were cool. I thought that was something we could do, but obviously that ain't nothing we can do. So let's move forward. But
ooh, look at our little jokes becoming life lessons.
Come on, church. May the church say amen. I'm about to print off some church fans in here. I'm gonna need one. The Tabernacle Mount Zion Baptist Church of the Most High in Christ. Hallelujah.